Hello.
Yeah, oops. I'm talking and my mic has been muted. Okay. So let's try this again. So hello guys, welcome to Crypto Attack. Today we have an AMA with Starter, and we have our beautiful guest MoonsBerry, who would be giving us some very good insight into Starter, of course, and also answer some of our major questions, basic questions, technical questions that will be coming from my end, the X space, and also from the live segment. So, guys, feel absolutely comfortable as we are about to start. Of course, this is not a financial advice. Do well to check Crypto Attack for all the necessary announcements. You can join Starter on Telegram and also follow them on X space and check the website. So, you're welcome once again. Can you introduce yourself to the community before we kick off?
Yeah, sure. Uh, Thank you everyone who has joined today in May. Nice to meet you all. My name is Suvi, but on the screen I'm MoonsBerry Starter. but my real name is Suvi, and I'm co-founder from at Starter. The founder of Starter is the Baj of Marlon, and you can meet us both in Starter community in Twitter and in Telegram as well. We are very community focused. We are always over there seeing what is happening around, even though we wouldn't be personally responding to the questions. I would say that the Barchef and myself, we have been a really long time both in crypto, and Starter is, I would say, for both of us, a many years work what we have done. The Barchef and I, originally, we have co-founded one layer one blockchain. It's called Telos, and it's already from the times of EOSIO, EOS, and it goes back to 2018. So we co-founded that technology then, and then in 2021, we both wanted to go more deeply in crypto and DeFi space. In particular, the Barchef wanted to launch a launchpad and asked me to join to his ventures. And here we still are. Now we are doing our launch on Base, although we already launched in 2021 on Binance Smart Chain, and then back then Starter was known as BSC Starter. If any of listeners in this AMA remembers that platform, it was one of the best performing launchpad back in the days. That was my introduction. I hopefully it covered the question who we are.
Yeah, it absolutely does. So quickly now, could you tell us, there are so many launchpads popping up daily. So why should a new user get involved with Starter? And essentially, it would be nice for you to give us an introduction into Starter and what it is all about as well.
Yeah, sure. Let's start with that one in the in the order. So, like I quickly mentioned a couple of minutes ago, Starter is an IDO platform. What we do is we help projects raise capital on chain through our Starter community. I'm quite sure that most of the people in this AMA is very familiar with the concept of Launchpad, but I would like to go a little bit more deeper what actually makes Starter a little bit different from all of these other Launchpads. Like I mentioned, we have been in the industry for a very long time, and Starter isn't something that we came up with the idea like yesterday or like a month ago, but we have been building here for several years. On the technology side, when building a own co-founded blockchain, and also on the crypto side, and especially with Starter. So our history goes many years back, and when we launched a BSC Starter, we were that one of the best performing launchpads over there. I would say that Starter is very established in the community already. We have existing community, 20,000 people on our Telegram, 100,000 followers in Twitter. So people certainly know who we are. For this launch that we are doing now, we wanted to have a fresh start. We, for example, had our private sale of our tokens earlier this year, and because our reputation is so widely known that most of the people in crypto actually know what BSC Starter is, we closed our seed round under 24 hours when the word went out that Starter is relaunching the IDO operations. We have had huge success sales back in the history. Back in the days, we launched, for example, Cake Monster. It made 500x on top from the IDO price. And actually, we were even advisors for that team. So we helped them to form the concept and make the actual right structure for the IDO. Without this advice and help that we personally put into the project, I'm not sure if it had done that 500x. Of course, we cannot take the full credit. It was amazing team working over there, but we were a crucial part of kicking that out, kicking that forward. Then we have launched a number of other launch pads, perhaps what the community knows nowadays. For example, there was Engine Starter and Game Starter. They all started as well through Starter. And even if the Degen community knows, Pink Cell was one of our connections. His friend was investor in Starter back in the days as well. About Starter a little bit more. So I would say motivation or inspiration is that we want to offer projects good opportunities to get their business started. We all know that working in crypto can be difficult, and even harder it is to be a founder of startup. And we see that in general, crypto and launchpads provide an excellent opportunity for new projects to kick off their operations and also build their dreams and make their dreams come true. Nowadays, if you think about the, let's say, business funding in general, if you are a normal business in the real world and you want to get your business funded so you can make your dreams come true, usually you need to walk to a bank, and the bank over there is the decision maker. Are you going to make your dreams come true or not? So it's a little bit different on chain because everything on chain is the community. In the end of the day, on the IDO launchpads, the community is the one who will provide the funding for bootstrapping liquidity pools. And this is what we do at Starter Launchpad. We provide funding for early stage projects. Hopefully they are long over there that they can already show code and have perhaps at least minimum viable product that they can demonstrate to our community when they are seeking for funding. But we are actually lowering the barrier for entry to these all new companies who want to become unicorns in the future. I hope it covered what we do at Starter.
Yeah, of course it does. And I think I'll be asking some subsequent questions later on, of course. But yeah, so we are going to be hitting on some questions from the X space now while I build on those questions. And then we will be taking some questions from the live segment, perhaps immediately after the questions from the X space. So are you ready?
Yes, let's go ahead.
All right. So the first question from the X space. So can you tell us the motivation and benefits for investors to keep, your token in the long term? And do you have a plan to help boost your token demand and scarcity?
Yeah. Okay. Good question. For those who do not know how Launchpad works, I give a little bit more explanation over here. So in order to participate into all of those cool new project sales in any platform, you need to hold the platform tokens. And depending on your tier, for example, at starter, we have 4 tiers, you will get a different kind of allocation and in a different kind of order. So at starter, the highest tier, middle token, tier members, they buy first and then go a little bit lower from that order, from top to down. We think that generally on bull market where we are at now, Bitcoin at all-time highs, we think that Launchpad tokens actually perform very well. On bull market, there is a tremendous amount of capital flowing in the system because crypto in general is a risk asset. So that kind of flow of capital, and now when everything has been becoming more institutional with the Bitcoin ETFs and potentially Ethereum ETFs, more and more capital are flowing in the system. This should even boost all the other projects as well, because it's creating a domino or snowball effect. When capital comes into the system, it is going to flow into other projects as well in that particular system. So we think that our token, because it's a platform token and there's a lot of capital in the crypto ecosystem and people want to get early in the all sorts of sales, we think that it's beneficial for users to just keep holding, because if they don't hold our tokens, they lose their access into those sales. They might want to gamble the system that, okay, there's tomorrow a really cool sale that I want to buy in. I buy one day before and then I will sell right away. That is not actually what we encourage to do. We encourage that our community members stay in the system long term, and there's a small unstaking fee that we will apply if the people who just want to flip back and forth are leaving from the pools. That is 0.5% when you unstake your tokens from starter staking. It is not that much. However, it is enough for those people who want to hold long term, that they know that when these coin flippers are exiting, they will benefit themselves by staking, because all the time the supply is going a little bit down. I hope this answered the question. Hello?
Beautifully answered. Yeah.
Okay, the line is a little bit breaking. I don't hear now.
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear my voice? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay. Okay. So I would be asking the next question now. Thank you so much for answering the question from that user. The next question is asking, at the moment, all tokens go down in price even with great partnerships, hype, marketing, and working products. So what are the challenges? What challenges do you have, and what plans have you actually made to make to start a project stand strong and popular?
Okay, all right. Yeah, this is actually quite good question. However, the person is not fully right that all tokens go down in price. No, actually, we are in a bull market, and if you look at the charts that is happening over there, it looks like most of the tokens are actually going up. There has been quite significant returns already for many major altcoins, especially from earlier of the year. But let's go into situation where the price would be, let's say the market would be on the sideways trading, so no significant movement up or down. But let's say that Bitcoin and all the majors would be trading quite stagnant in a ranging, say it like this. So I would say that, like I mentioned earlier in the call, Starter is a long-term project and has already proved that it is here for long term, right? In the economical situation, no project, no Bitcoin, no institution can impact if the capital that is flowing into risk assets is going away from the market. No one can impact on that one. And then therefore, not a single partnership. If you announce a major partnership during the bear market, it doesn't impact because there isn't that kind of capital in the system. So this is not something that is in our hands. However, what we can do as a starter, as a company, we can all the time provide value for our community members and BUIDL token holders. They can trust on us that we keep delivering very good IDOs, and there's also a benefit for people just holding those start tokens. We are now launching our IDO on this Thursday, 28th, where people actually have an opportunity to buy BUIDL tokens at the IDO price, which is only 2 cents. Like I mentioned, usually Launchpad tokens perform very well on bull market. So even if this is not a financial advice, it might be a good to do your own research and have a look. Should you buy perhaps on the starter IDO this week? Was there something else in the question? I talk so much. So is there?
No, I think you actually did justice to that quite beautifully. So we would move to the next question from Okozipi. He's asking, during 2024, I got scammed a few times, rogued, and exit scams, etc. So how can we investors be sure that this will not be similar? Do you have a trusted team member?
Yeah, good question. So if Chuki goes to our website, he actually sees that we are real people over there. So we are there with our own identities. So I don't think the question is, I think I can provide more value if I talk on behalf of the projects now that we are going to launch on Starter. In crypto in general, there is all the time rugs and scams and soft rugs going. This is only because the crypto community is willing to put money into those projects. Okay, every single scam will end at that point when no money is going into this, right? So there's also something in the crypto community that makes them to, let's say, put money in the little bit of gambling projects. And then if there is, for example, some red flags, people are still throwing 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, tethering those, and then the developer just disappears. This just happens, and it happens because the crypto community enables it by funding it by themselves. However, launchpads, and this is the message that I actually want to convey for you guys, is that Launchpad also, we are a business and we take with high pride the selection project that we are going to offer for our community members. We offer for our community members 2 kinds of sales. Those are the certified sales, and then we have decentralized sales. So certified sales at Starter are very well vetted and analyzed projects, and we as a Starter team with our advisors and our incubator collaborators select and push forward to our community. So when when a project has a certified status on Starter, our community can trust that we have done the due diligence project on behalf of the community. So we do our best that the projects that we offer to our community are very well vetted and analyzed. And of course, we do the due diligence check on their identity, where they are and what is their background. However, I want to say something here as a disclaimer or as a warning and in general advice how people should participate into these IDOs. So it's a general rule in traditional venture capital that 1 out of 10 projects that get funded through traditional means, for example, through investors in Silicon Valley or somewhere, whatever venture capital they're getting, only 1 out of 10 those projects is successful. It means that 9 of 10 startups, even if they are funded, they don't necessarily succeed. And this is the mentality that every IDO participant should also have. Most of the projects are very early stage. No one can promise you that this is the next unicorn, this is the next Bitcoin, this is the next Aave, and no one can promise that. But what we can do is we can offer you probabilities, so ready-made proposals that this project over here that has been selected to certified sales, in our opinion, is more probable to get really good traction compared to, for example, to something else. So some sort of selection we have done already, but of course, we cannot guarantee anything because we are not team members of those projects. Then, apart from those certified sales, we also offer so-called decentralized sales. This is part of actually crypto culture, and one of the reasons why we didn't want to drop the decentralized sales away from Starter platform, because crypto back in the days, it started kind of a crypto anarchy movement, and it has traditionally embraced decentralization and also anonymity. And in that culture, there are rules of code is law, that you shouldn't, as a crypto community member, you shouldn't put your wishes or expectations into a singular team, but you should actually trust the code, what is over there. However, we as a Starter, as a company, we cannot offer this kind of decentralized anonymous projects to our community through the certified sales, but we can offer these projects the decentralized sales, where our community will participate in the due diligence project. They make their own research, they study online whatever they can find about these projects, and then vote on Starter platform, do they want this to get funded or not? So we offer this kind of a community, collective wisdom or collective intelligence process for us, for our community members as well.
Okay, cool. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, I was asking if it covered your question.
Yeah, it did, but I can see a certain FCFS. So could you tell us about maybe your staking and how we can actually qualify for the FCFS for a guaranteed allocation?
Yeah, so we have four different kind of tiers, and like I mentioned, we have IDO is this Thursday on 28th. All you need to do is to go to this website that is now demonstrated in the screen, starter.xyz, and there will be this BUIDL public IDO pool, first certified IDO for 2024. So, that is all you need to do over there. Go at 2 o'clock UTC over there. getting the lowest tier, first come first served tier is very easy, because the IDO price is 2 cents. You only need to buy into the IDO worth of $100, and you will get the access to the starter sales going forward. And please remember, this launch is on Base. You need to bridge your funds to Base chain, and then be prepared at starter website for the IDO on Thursday.
Okay, so what are some of those projects that Starter have actually funded?
I'm sorry. Can you repeat the question, please?
Yeah. So what are some of those projects that Starter have actually funded in the past?
Okay. Yeah. Like I mentioned, so we have been running these IDOs quite many times. So basically, we've raised in a number of IDOs over 45 million USD, the value of those IDOs together. So, and I think there was over 60 IDOs that we run for our community. No way I can remember all of those, but like I mentioned earlier in the call, there was a Cake Monster, there was Engine Starter, there was Game Starter, then there was Buster. We have had Wall Street Bets, a lot of projects that we have funded earlier as well.
All right. So I think now might be a good time for us to start taking some questions from the space. Some questions from the live. Sorry. So, do you have any other thing to add before we start taking the questions from the live? Perhaps something we haven't really covered. So, guys, even as we be heading to the live segment, do well to send your questions over the Binance Live, and we will be taking your questions quickly. So, the guest will be doing justice to the conclusion, and any other things you would like to add within the start of the presentation to the end.
No,
so over to you.
Yeah, I think I covered pretty well what I want to say in this chat. It's like basically I have told what Starter is, what is our background, and how the most important thing is that how you and your community members can participate into our IDO. Just remember, go to the Starter XYZ website that is now shown in the screen. You will find the pool on 28 March at 14 over there.
Okay, so could you tell us more about your future plans?
About our future plan? Yeah, sure. We plan to become again the best performing launchpad now on Base chain. This is our business. We have done it once and we will do it again as well. And we are very excited to launch on Base, because this is for many Americans, for example, this will be the go-to chain because of the pressing regulations in the United States. There are a lot of companies who want to launch their on-chain business, and what can be a safer chain than an exchange, American exchange back chain called Coinbase. We continue raising funds for very high level projects, very well vetted projects, and the projects that we have incubated by ourselves. This is the plan.
All right, so I think I got the question from the audience now, and I think it's sort of like a direct question. So I'm just gonna throw it to you. The user is asking, why would people trust on Starter when there are so many launch pads out there? What differences are you bringing to the space?
Yeah, I think we covered this question pretty well already in the beginning of the call, but let's repeat over there. So we are one of the first on-chain platforms over there. Like I mentioned, we started as BSC starter originally already 2021. We have a huge community and reputation as even a cult cult reputation as one of those most successful launchpad there was on the last run. And now we are simply doing a relaunch on base chain because we see that the base is one of the most important chains going forward, even over this upcoming bull run. It will establish its role as a leading layer 2.
All right, all right. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's been amazing so far. So, guys, make sure to join Starter on Telegram, of course. Currently doing justice to your questions. And thank you guys so much for sending your questions over from the live segment. And also a big thank you to those who sent questions from the X space. So, guys, make sure to follow them on X space as well. Check the website, and I'm sure you will get some answers to some of your questions, just in case we may not be able to touch on them. So the next person is asking, um, what are the core values of Starter Labs?
Oh yeah, so we want to provide opportunities for people. This is the thing that why usually projects or projects are seeking for funding. They are looking for capital to make their business idea and make that business idea to become true. We know that number of projects, if they look for, let's say, traditional venture capital, the process of raising funds can be really difficult. And there can be even this unrecognized bias, for example, towards female or people of color, and they are not getting as equal opportunities within the venture capital than other groups, for example. Myself, I'm a woman. I can say it has been very hard road for me in crypto, but here I am, and I have actually got amazing opportunities as well. Perhaps I have pushed enough. However, it is not good enough that we survive alone. We really need to spread the opportunities for others as well. And this actually goes back into my thoughts that I was saying earlier regarding the certified sales and regarding the decentralized sales. Every decision making, when someone is deciding based on your application, should you get funding or should you not get funding, it's like a very definitive answer over there. And like I mentioned, we, for example, at our launchpad, we cannot accept anonymous projects to run certified sales. However, it doesn't mean that the project owner of that kind of anonymous project would be bad, or somehow it would be wrong to be anonymous in crypto because it's part of the crypto culture. So in that case, we don't want to close the doors from anyone in this space. However, we give the responsibility for the project leader and for our community to decide together, shall this project be funded or not. Our community can vote even anonymous projects to be funded on starter platform if they want to do so. But then the responsibility is, again, like I said, on the voters. They make collectively alone all sorts of research and due diligence and then decide yes or no. But I want to say that, if someone is anonymous in crypto, it doesn't automatically mean that that person is a scammer or something like this. There's many legitimate reasons why people might want to stay anonymous. It can be, for example, as simple as that the country where they are living in is not safe to be public figure in crypto. So for example, there was this big Ethereum conference in Colombia like almost 2 years ago, and even those organizers had to say for participants over there, do not wear people, shirts or hoodies where you have written some Bitcoin or Binance or something like this, because it's a risk in that kind of country if people are known that they are in crypto. So I just wanted to say that, if you are anonymous, it doesn't make you automatically bad actor. However, then you are going to have a little bit harder to prove your case. For example, for our community, you need to show your code that we are actually applying the rules of code is law, so that no one can, for example, corrupt the smart contracts or alter the smart contracts later. I hope that covered the answer, covered the question.
Yeah, absolutely, and that was quite a notable answer. So the next user is asking, do you have plans for listing your token on exchanges?
Yes, of course. So we are going to start with the decentralized exchange. This is, in the end of the day, this is IDO, initial DEX offering. So on Thursday, we will raise funds from the public, from those people who still want to get their small allocation in the starter platform. And very quickly after that, we will launch on a decentralized exchange, and we are already in discussions with our market maker, which is also a very reputable company, on what centralized exchange we are going to list. So expect community members can expect all the actions happening very quickly. We don't slow the motion or prevent progress. We want to move forward and offer the best for our community. I think that was the answer.
Absolutely. So that was quite an awesome answer you got there. So thank you so much. Moving forward now, the next active user is asking, can I get passive income from starter projects?
Okay, yeah. So I think the main way how many people in crypto are not only here for the technology, but they would like to also see their balance is growing, right? If if I say it like this, that they want to profit. And by holding starter token, BUIDL tokens, you will get the access to the IDOs, the very promising projects that we are going to offer our community throughout the years to come. And that alone, when you have basically your ticket to these new launches, that alone should benefit, or at least this is how we assume, it will benefit the holders pretty well. But if the question was about basically if there is passive income and not active from buying into token sales, on our higher tiers, which are 125,000 and 250,000 tokens, there is a small revenue share of the platform sales as well for those holders, but that is going to require a long-term staking to the platform. For example, on the super VIP level, you need to stake your tokens for 1 year in order to benefit from the revenue share.
All right, absolutely amazing, absolutely amazing. The last question now, from the live segment, the user is asking, is there any reward mechanism for holding your token?
I'm sorry, can you repeat the question? Is there some what?
Yeah, so do you have any reward mechanism for holding your token?
Yeah, I just replied to that one. So it was the previous question. So if you stake on the higher tiers, there will be revenue shares from the platform sales. But if you don't hold that kind of amounts, the reward should be in the access of participating in these sales.
right, MoonsBerry, are you with us?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. So thank you so much for doing justice to all the questions from my end, the questions from the X-Space, and also the questions from the live segment. I want to say a very big thank you to your team for essentially letting you out, to really give us this awesome um, details about startup. So I think we have a basic understanding about the project, and I think you did justice to it even from the start of the presentation. So a big thank you to you and your team, and also a very big thank you to Crypto Attack for making sure that this project presentation comes to reality. So, do you have any closing words for us? Perhaps
Yeah,
um,
sure.
some
Yeah,
things that we
I want
haven't
to.
really covered.
Yeah, I want to thank everyone who joined this AMA today. Thank you for your time, and thank you, thank you for listening for us. A little bit what I want, even though we are now launching on base, we will continue working, of course, on the other chains as well. We just wanted to launch this on base based on number of regions and the traction that is going over there. We are not any kind of in that sense, we are not chain religious. Of course, if a project really wants to launch on Binance Smart Chain, we will find a way how to do it. So, and those projects would, of course, hopefully get really good results with us and with our community. Once again, thank you for your time. I hope to see you guys in Starter community. We have Vibrant community in Telegram. Also, please remember, follow our X page and join our IDO on Thursday. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much, and a very big thank you as well to your team. So have a very good day, and wish you the very best.
Yeah, thank you so much. See you.